everyone. We're Group One, and we are presenting about the types of mergers and acquisition. Uh, they have a fellow members like Charita, Jyoti, Nisha, Rajita, and Tanushree Roy. So next slide. I'm here to present about introduction about mergers and acquisition. Mergers and acquisition are defined as consolidation of companies. It's broadly the process of one company combining with the other. So mergers in is a combination of two companies to form one, while acquisition is one company taken over by the other. After the mergers and acquisition generally uh, sizable profits for the investment banking industries and mergers and acquisition deals close. And here, after a post merger, all the companies, some of the companies find a great success and growth while the others fail. So, after this, the next slide will be taken by Jyoti.
So I'll be explaining reasons for merger and acquisition. So basically, like Nishkal explained, what is merger and what is acquisition. So now we can know what are the various reasons behind why a company might decide to go for a merger or an acquisition. So first one would be improve the company's performance. So when certain company is not doing well, we actually think of merging with some other companies, so that when both the companies, if both of them are not doing well, when we merge them, they might work well. But it doesn't happen always. It might work out like he said, or it might not work out. And second one is remove excess capacity. So when we know that when we're going for an acquisition or a merger, basically this doesn't happen in merger. Like we can't remove excess capacity in merger, but when you're going for an acquisition, there the company which is acquiring, suppose A company is acquiring B company, A company might have legal access to B companies statements, all financial statements, and all the other things. So it can remove the excess capacity of the B company and accelerate growth. So here we can see that where the growth, when there are two companies which merge or acquire, the growth actually gradually increases compared to when they were working separately. So acquire skills and technologies is, again, it's the same thing. If you're working with two different companies, I mean two companies coming together. So basically, if suppose A company has a little less skilled people, and when they merge with B company, they might get skilled employees from B company, and you might get a new technology as well. Roll up strategies here is basically like when you're working, again giving the A and B company example. So if A is a very small, limited liability company, so when they want to go ahead and acquire or have a merger, they can they will get access, and there will be a different strategies which they can opt for. Next would be taken over by Charita.
Hi all, so I'm Charita, and I would be talking about horizontal merger and acquisition. So horizontal merger is something which takes place between two or more companies who produce same business activity or who produce same products. So they belong to the same sector, and the motto between this is like once when this happens usually between the competitors. Like when one competitor acquires the other, the competitor who acquired the other would have a larger market share, and there would be economy of scale for this competitor who acquired the other person. So usually there will always be a competitive advantage for the one who acquires the other. And so these two competitors combine and a new company comes up. So or else even if there is no new company, it would be like one has acquired the other and they would still be working independently. So few examples to this are next slide. Next slide. Is it changed? I can't see. Okay. So example of, there are two examples for this. One is as recently as we've seen, Facebook is like all these Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp, they were three different entities. But when they started over, but now it has become like Facebook has acquired WhatsApp and Instagram, and we all have seen that. And I'm talking about another example is Disney and Hotstar. Disney was one different platform, and Hotstar is the one which is an Indian company acquired by Star Networks. So instead of Hotstar being like it's a video streaming company, Hotstar being telecasted individually. So Disney has acquired Hotstar right now, and we have this Disney Hotstar present. So these two are the examples of horizontal acquisition. Thank you.
Yeah. So hi all. So I'll be talking about the vertical merger. So vertical merger is the merger of two or more companies that provide different supply chain functions for a common good or service. Most often the merger is effected to increase synergies, gain more control of the supply chain process and ramp up the business. So this vertical acquisition is typically when a company buys out one of its suppliers. For example, if it is a manufacturing company purchases a product that is partially developed, then it continues to build the product before selling it further. If the manufacturer buys out its supplies, that would be a vertical acquisition. So I would be talking about two examples. Uh, Next slide, Jyoti. Yeah. So all right. Okay, so the first example is AT&T and Time Warner. In 2016, AT&T announced its merger with Time Warner with 85 billion deal. And Time Warner was a humorous media and entertainment company. It controlled huge popular bands such as HBO, CNN, TNT. And it was one of the largest communications company. It was indeed recognized as the largest provider of fixed telephone services and mobile in the USA. Earlier, smartphone maker like Apple had actually looked at Time Warner for the merger, but the deal did not happen. So the second example I would talk about is Walt Disney and Pixar. So they acquired Walt Disney acquired Pixar Animation Studios for 7.4 billion in 2006. Pixar was an innovative animation studio and had talented people. So the merger turned out to be successful and a strategic one. Before the merger, Disney's own animation films were failing. And Disney's CEO said that the animation was a critical engine for driving growth across its businesses. So Pixar decided a crew of successful movies after its merger. Thank you. Next slide will be taken over by my teammate.
Yeah, so I'll be explaining about the conglomerate merger and acquisition. Here, the two companies in different industries join forces, or one takes over the other in order to broaden their range of services. So, conglomerate supplies a variety of goods and services that are necessarily related to one another. So, basically, the merger will happen in the same field, almost similar field. So there are two types of conglomerate mergers, that is pure conglomerate merger and mixed conglomerate merger. So pure conglomerate merger is the one where there is nothing in common. The two companies who come together, they do not have anything in common. And mixed conglomerate merger will be like there'll be similar kind of operations, and it will be more like expansion of their market or extensions of their market. Next slide. So few famous conglomerate mergers in the recent times are the example what I gave, pure mergers where nothing is common, that is Amazon and Whole Foods, and eBay and PayPal. So these two mergers and acquisition, they are like two different companies which are coming together, whereas Disney and Pixar are the mixed conglomerate, that is like they are in the same field, but when they have come together, they are reaching a broader market. Next slide. So basically it's like there are individual companies who come together, who are very well known in their own field and become a conglomerate, that is they become one company. So the newly formed conglomerate becomes the parent company, and the smaller companies which are falling under that becomes a subsidiary. And every company like works on its own and individually. Thank you.
So, hello all. I'll be talking about the concentric merger. So, basically, the concentric mergers are one of the more popular types of mergers and acquisitions, and more specifically, concentric mergers are a growth strategy where diversification aimed at establish larger market shares and improve profits. So, this merger is a merger in which two companies from the same industry came together to offer an extended range of products or services to their customers. And also, these companies often share similar technology, marketing, and distribution transactions, can also be called a concentric merger. Next slide. Okay, so the examples of concentric mergers. First of all, the city and the travelers. The merger between Citicorp, that is a commercial bank, and the travelers, a financial service company, from the late 90s is often the prime example of a concentric merger. And at the time of the deal, the headlines sang of a record deal. So, and it received a great deal of attention. While the deal has received a great amount of criticism, it certainly set out to accomplish the goals of concentric mergers. And the second one is a Coke and vitamin water. When the Coke announced its plan to buy vitamin water in 2007, it gave the company an even stronger foothold in the beverage industry. A smart move at a time, when more beverage consumers were looking for options other than only soda. And the third one is Nextlink and Concentric Network Corp. When these companies merged in 2002, they combined Nextlink's national broadband communication services over fiber optic and broadband wireless facilities and Concentric's internet solution for small and medium-sized companies. So including digital subscriber, line access, and web hosting and e-commerce. This merger allowed the newly formed company to offer differentiated services to the small and also medium business customers that they were already successful serving as separate entities. So that's all from my side. Thank you.